So passive income. You hear that phrase thrown around all the time, right? And it usually sounds like you've won the lottery or something. But here's the thing. It's not about getting money for nothing. Not at all. It's about building systems. Systems that make you money without you having to trade your time for it hour after hour. Okay, let's really dive into this and break down how it actually works, using a real-world example of someone who has absolutely crushed it. Okay, let's just start with this number, $27,000. That is the average weekly income our case study, a creator named Ollie, makes from his passive income streams. Yeah, a week. I know, it sounds completely insane, but it's the real result of years of smart, strategic work. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how he does it.
And this right here is probably the most important thing you need to get. Passive income is not magic. It takes a ton of upfront effort. It's like you build the well one time, right? You do all that hard work digging so you can just keep drawing water from it for years and years. Whether that's writing a book, coding an app, or investing, the hard work always comes first. The income follows later.
So, to make this super practical, we're going to use this, the Side Hustle Assessment Matrix. For every single income stream, we're going to rate how hard it is to start, what it takes to hit that first big milestone, $100 a month, and then how much work it is to keep it going. We'll kick things off with the basics, investing in content. Then we'll move into monetizing through products and affiliates. And finally, we'll get to the advanced stuff, building entire businesses. All right, first things first, we're going to talk about building the foundation. This really comes down to two key pillars, creating assets with your money and building an audience that you can provide real value to.
Okay, so idea number one is the classic, the OG of passive income, investing. We're talking about putting your money to work for you, mostly in things like low-cost index funds, think the S&P 500, and just letting the market do its thing over the long haul.
Now check out these ratings, because this is where it gets really interesting. Starting, it's a 1 out of 5. It's ridiculously easy. You can open an investment account in like 10 minutes. But, and this is a big but, making your first $100 a month, that's a 3 out of 5. Why? Because it takes a good chunk of capital. To get $100 a month on average, you'd need somewhere around $12,000 invested.
And this is what happens when you scale that up, big time. Ali's got a portfolio of around $350,000, and that kicks off an average of $682 a week. That is the definition of making your money work for you. But you got to remember, it's a long game. It takes capital and a whole lot of patience.
All right, so let's switch gears. We've talked about building an asset with money. Now, let's talk about building a different kind of asset, an audience. And a YouTube channel is maybe the perfect example of this. You create what's called evergreen content, videos that people will still be watching years from now. And those videos can earn you ad money while you sleep. And here we go again. Look at this. Starting, super easy, a 1 out of 5. Anyone can hit upload. But making that first $100 a month? Oof, that's a brutal 4 out of 5. You have to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time just to even qualify for ads. That's a serious grind of making great content, figuring out titles, thumbnails, the whole shebang. But if you can get through that grind, wow, the potential is just massive. Ali's channel pulls in about $3,000 a week just from YouTube AdSense. And you know what? The same idea works for audio too. His podcast, that brings in another $625 a week from sponsorships. It all starts with building that audience.
So once you have that audience and you've built that trust, you can go way beyond just ad revenue. This next section is all about how to monetize that audience by either selling your own stuff or recommending other people's. Affiliate marketing is probably one of the most common ways to get started here. The idea is simple. You recommend products you actually use and love. If someone clicks your special link and buys it, you get a small commission. It's a total win-win, right? Your audience gets a recommendation they can trust, and you get paid for it. But here's the catch. Making that first $100 is tough, because really, affiliate marketing is a pure numbers game. Think about it. Even with your trusted recommendation, only a small fraction of people will click, and an even smaller fraction will actually buy. You need a lot of traffic to make those little commissions start to add up to something real. And just to show you what's possible, take a look at this. Ali is a huge affiliate for the learning platform Skillshare. By promoting it to his audience, he earns an incredible $2,750 a week. It just goes to show how you can leverage someone else's platform if you have the right audience. Okay, so instead of promoting someone else's product, what if you made your own? An online course is kind of the ultimate digital product. You take all your knowledge, package it up, film it once, and then you can sell it over and over and over again forever. So to get to that first $100, you've basically got two options here. You could host your course on a platform like Skillshare, where you'd need about 1,700 minutes of watch time in a month, or you could create your own course, sell it for $100, and you just need to make one single sale. It's all about picking the right strategy for your content.
And if you want to see the true power of this model, get ready for this. $15,000 a week. That's what Ali's Skillshare classes bring in. It's his single biggest income stream by far. It is the perfect example of creating a high-value digital asset that can sell at scale. And the same logic, by the way, applies to things like ebooks, templates, any digital product you create once and sell forever.
All right, for our last section, we're getting into the end game. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs want to end up, moving beyond just content and products and into building entire communities and businesses.
A really powerful model here is a paid membership. This is where people pay you a subscription, monthly or yearly, to get access to exclusive content or a private community like a Discord server, or maybe just direct access to you. The beauty of this is predictable, recurring revenue.
But hang on, take a look at that maintenance difficulty. It's a 3 out of 5. That's the highest one we've seen yet. And that's because a community isn't really passive. You have to constantly engage, add value, and manage it to keep people from unsubscribing. It's super lucrative. Ollie makes about $2,800 a week from his, but it's definitely more hands-on.
And finally, we get to the two biggest, most ambitious paths of all. First, building a real business, like an agency or an e-commerce store. And then, building systems so it can run without you. And second, building a digital product from scratch, like a software-as-a-service app that people pay a subscription for. Yeah, no surprise here. These are the heavyweights. Just getting a business to the point where you can delegate it is a 4 out of 5 difficulty. But building an app from the ground up, that is a 5 out of 5. It's the hardest thing on the list. You need a great idea, a team of engineers, technical know-how, and probably a lot of money just to get the first version out the door.
And this chart right here really just sums it all up, doesn't it? It's all about the effort trade-off. Investing in stocks? Super easy to start, but you need money to make it grow. Starting a YouTube channel? Also easy to start, but it's really hard to get to that first dollar. And building an app? Incredibly difficult to start, but the potential payoff is almost unlimited. The path you pick is all about how much upfront work you're willing to put in.
So at the end of the day, there really is no such thing as truly passive income without a very, very active start. Every single stream we've looked at here, from stocks all the way to software, needs a big investment upfront, either your time, your money, or your skills. So the real question isn't if you're going to work for it, it's what you are willing to build. So, what will you build first?